It was always a constant.
Why are you blowing labor? This is unacceptable. You're a business owner. You think it's okay to just throw money away like this? This is crazy. Like, why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that?
This store will not be fixed overnight. Hey there. I hope that everybody's having a wonderful day today. I hope that everybody's having an awesome day. And I hope that everything that you touch today, I hope it turns to gold. Thank you so much and welcome back to my channel. My name is Bobby. And I know why y'all here. I know why y'all are here. Y'all are here because y'all want to know why I quit my job at Chipotle. And I'm going to tell you. Before I spill the tea, there's something that I need y'all to do for me, okay? Wait a minute now, not me over here rhyming. Let me find out I'm a secret rapper out here in the poet and don't know it. Anyway, before we jump into the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and turn on post notifications so that you never miss a video from your boy, because we have a lot of fun over here. Also, I know this may not mean a whole lot to some people, but we broke 100 subscribers, and for that I am extremely appreciative. To some people, they might say 100 is not a lot, but for me, that means that over 100 people really took the time to invest in looking at my videos, and for that I'm very, very, very thankful. It's still like 96% of y'all that watch my videos that ain't subscribed yet, so I need y'all to stop that and go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. Also, last thing before we jump into this video, I do want to go ahead and throw out a disclaimer. Before I even get into it, I am not making this video to bash Chipotle. I'm not making this video to bash anybody that works at Chipotle. Every Chipotle is not the same. Everybody does not experience the same thing. I'm making this video strictly to share my experience and what happened to me and the things that I went through when I worked at Chipotle. That's the purpose of the video. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so I was a service manager or shift manager at Chipotle. And I was working really, really hard to get promoted to apprentice. Apprentice is just a fancy way of saying an assistant manager position. So I asked my field leader what other steps, because I trained myself at Chipotle. I did not get good training from the jump. From Jump Street, when I started working there, I really wanted to leave because people treated me like trash, because I got hired in as management. And I got hired in over some people, and I didn't know that, I just applied for a job. And they hired me in as management. I got hate from a lot of people from Jump. Like, people at Chipotle did not like me. That's probably the first job I ever worked that I've had the most hate on. There was half of the staff just did not like me from the time that I started, and I did nothing to anybody. But anyway, I moved forward with asking my field leader, and we'll call her Donna for the sake of this video, what should I do or what do I need to do to be an apprentice? She told me that I was not ready for that position. She didn't feel like I ran great enough shifts, and she said that she just didn't feel like I had what it took at that time to become an apprentice. I was kind of discouraged, and I was really upset about it because I had really been working my butt off, because like I said, I trained myself for this position because I knew that my current GM wasn't going to try to help me learn anything. So I took it upon myself to go print out the training plan for apprentice, and I just started working through it myself. I taught myself how to read the reports. I taught myself how to do the schedule. I taught myself how to order the trucks. I taught myself how to do inventory. I taught myself all of those things. So when it came to how to do stuff, like the stuff that assistant managers do, I knew how to do that. When it came to running a store and developing the culture and developing the training and all of that good stuff, I was not 100% sure how to do that part just yet, because I'm new to this, right? So I was hoping that somebody would step in and say, hey, I see this guy's passion, I see this guy's hunger for knowledge, let me jump in and help him, right? I had been begging her, even before I got promoted, I had been begging her, send me to another store. I was asking her to either send me to another store, because we had a training store in my district. Even when I was a service manager, I was like, can you please just send me over there for a couple of weeks so I can learn what I'm supposed to do? She would never, ever, ever send me to the other store to get help. She would never give me any type of assistance that I needed. So it was very discouraging to me, because I'm the type of person, when I go on somebody's job, I'm going to give 110%. It don't matter what it is, I'm going to put my all into it, because that's just how I was raised, and that's the kind of person that I am. I will give you my all. But at the same time, I like to know what I'm doing. I don't like to be just thrown to the wolves. I like to be fully trained so that I know how to lead and what I'm supposed to do. So after we had that conversation and she told me that I wasn't ready to be an apprentice, 3 weeks later she fired my GM while I was on vacation and she made me an apprentice. So I'm just like, okay, cool. I felt good about it. I'm not gonna lie. I was really excited because I'm like, wow, I'm getting ready to like walk in the road that I always wanted. But at the same time, I was really just like, you only did this because you didn't have any other options at the time. Because the apprentice that was already at that store, we'll call her Chelsea. Chelsea was already an apprentice at that store, but there was a new Chipotle opening in my city and they were going to make her the GM. So that was the plan. And originally I was supposed to go with Chelsea to the new store to be her apprentice, but they fired my GM, so I became the apprentice at my store. Y'all, when I tell you the job itself was not hard, well, I take that back. The job itself was hard, but it wasn't hard in the aspect of coming in and doing the job is hard. It's hard because my boss, Donna, she did not communicate well. She never answered her damn phone. She would not respond to text messages. The only time she did respond to text messages is when she wanted to argue. And it was very frustrating and it was very discouraging because she's that type of person that sends multiple messages instead of sending one message that has everything she has to say. So I'm liable to wake up in the morning and see a text from her saying, y'all lost 10 hours of labor yesterday. Why did y'all do that? That is unacceptable. You need to run your unit better. Why aren't you doing this? You're a bad boss if you can't run your unit. It's like it was just back to back to back, and all her text messages were passive aggressive as hell. So that didn't make it any better. And I'm just like, bro, if she not texting me, she calling me, and I'm like, why are you texting and calling me 7:30 in the morning? I am asleep. I am never up there early. Ever. Anybody that knows me know I hate getting up in the morning time. You just not gonna catch me doing it. So I'm running the store. She was supposed to send a GM down to help me, to train me on how to become a GM. Because when I took over, she told me, I'm going to write out an action plan for you to show me your competency for GM. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? And she's like,
oh, I'm going to put you in an action plan so I can determine whether you're going to be a GM.
And I'm just like, okay, cool. So I'm just like, how long is this action plan supposed to be? She's like,
2 months. You have 2 months to turn the store around so I can determine if you're going to be GM.
And in my mind, I'm a little overwhelmed because I'm like, 2 months is not a lot of time to try to fix a whole store. Because, baby, the store, like when I took over the store as an apprentice, it was a hot mess. Training culture was trash. Food safety was not where it was supposed to be. The customer service was trash. We had people that worked there that should have been fired a long time ago. It was a hot mess. Paperwork and audits and all this other stuff was not caught up. It was a lot for me to walk into. My first 2 weeks, I worked 145 hours because I was there almost every single day because I'm trying to play catch up. And as much as I'm trying to play catch up and I'm trying to get the audits caught up, get the paperwork caught up. I'm trying to make sure the schedules are done. I'm trying to make sure that we're running labor. I'm trying to make sure that we're making the sales. Everything that I did was never good enough for her. It was always,
you need to run your unit better. You need to run your unit better. You're not following your top 5.
Because Chipotle, for each position, they give you 5 responsibilities for each position. And that's considered your top 5. So since I was an apprentice, I had an apprentice top 5. You had top 5 things that you had to follow for your position.
You're not following your top 5. If you can't make labor, then why are you an apprentice? If you can't,
and I'm like, dude, I cannot fix all of this at one time. It was very overwhelming because I'm trying to fix everything in the store at one time. You cannot eat a horse in one bite. And she would always tell me that. But this is the thing that used to piss me off with her. Throughout the week, she would be texting me and calling me.
Why are you not doing your top 5? This is unacceptable. How are you blowing labor like this?
And I'm just like, hey, Donna, I need some labor. I'm going to have to blow some labor. so I can get this training underway. Like, I need to blow some labor so that I can train, so that I can hire, because like I said, there was people that worked there that needed to go. So I needed to hire more people. I needed to train those people. I needed to spend some time training my current staff. So I needed some extra hours.
No, you're not allowed to have extra hours. You just need to train them in the moment. Having extra hours is not an option. You need to just do a better job of training your team.
I'm trying to train them. So first couple of weeks we blew labor. Like, we blew labor terribly. And it was always a constant.
Why are you blowing labor? This is unacceptable. You're a business owner. You think it's okay to just throw money away like this? This is crazy. Like, why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that?
I'm like, Donna, I cannot do all of this at one time. I'm telling you, I need the hours and I need the labor to train my staff. I need the hours and I need the labor to hire my staff. I cannot do all of this overnight. I said this store will not be fixed overnight. It's just not going to happen. No matter how bad you want it, no matter how bad I want it. I said, because if I had a magic wand, I will wave that magic wand and fix every problem in here. But I cannot do it like that. I can't. It's not possible. It takes time to work. Period. That's it. Then she would come down to the store and want to pull me outside.
And oh, I appreciate you so much. I can definitely tell that you're the right choice. I hired you. You're the right choice. You're the right person for the job. You can't eat a horse. No, you can't eat an elephant all at one time, Bobby. Stop trying to fix everything at once.
But then you be texting me and calling me, telling me, oh,
You need to fix your inventory. Why is your inventory like this?
and I'm like, okay, I will look at the inventory to see, where our misses are. I said, well, my focus for this week is I want to focus on.
Say, no, you need to tackle it all because there's no need for you to be.
I'm like, okay, so do you want me to try to fix this overnight, or do you want me to try to take it one thing at a time? I said, because right now you're confusing me.
Well, this is a salary manager job. You should know what you're supposed to do. This is unacceptable. You need to figure it out. That's why you're a salary manager. I'm not going to baby you. I can't be there with you 24/7.
I didn't ask you to be here with me 24/7. I'm asking you, what do you want me to focus on?
Why should I have to tell you what you need to focus on in your store? It's your store. Run your unit.
Baby, you're pissing me off because I'm asking you, what do you want me to focus on? Because obviously what I'm doing is not good enough for you. So what is it that you want? You the boss. You tell me, because obviously I'm not doing it right. So time goes on and on and on, and it's a constant cycle like this every single day, to the point where I feel like I'm being harassed low-key, because I'm just like, bro, you telling me to do something, and then when I do it, you just like, why did you do that? Like, one time, a very specific example, I posted the schedule. Our work week runs from Monday to Sunday. I like having my schedules out Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I do not like posting my schedule out the Wednesday. It bothers me to post my schedule out the Wednesday because I like to get my schedule out in enough time for my team to know what they're working at prior week so that they can do whatever they need to do. I'm also the type of boss that I do not allow my employees to tell me why they need time off. That is a no-no. I do not need to know why you need time off. All I need to know is what days you need so I can give them to you. That's the kind of boss I am. I'm also a boss that tells my employees, if you need a mental health day, you take a mental health day. Some people say because my boss, she always told me that I was too lenient and I was a pushover and this and that. It's all about being a human. I have worked for some people in the past that have been just straight up assholes. They don't care about your mental health. They don't care if you need time off. You get it, you don't. That's not the type of boss that I want to be. My whole philosophy is I want to create a workplace for my employees that I, myself, have never had before. Because if you take care of your people, by God, them people gonna take care of you. That's just facts. So she would get upset because she was supposed to meet with she's supposed to have a call with each GM or apprentice on Wednesdays to go over it and post the schedule. She's supposed to go over it with us. She never did. She never, out of all the times that I made schedules, I made that schedule for like 4 or 5 months straight. We only had one meeting. because she told me I posted the schedule and I had overscheduled by like 12 hours. And she called me and she was like,
why are you overscheduling?
she was like,
It is never okay to overschedule. Why do you think that it's okay for you to just overschedule like that?
and if you break it down, 12 hours and you break that down by 7, that's less than 2 hours over a day. So I'm confused as to why you're, getting upset about that. Not only that, but with the amount of hours I had, I was allowed to overschedule by 20 hours. I was allowed to overschedule 20. I overscheduled 12.
And you're a business owner and you think that it's okay to just throw away your hours like this? You think that that's fine? You think that that's okay to just throw away hours? You need to do a better job running your unit.
And I'm like, okay, well, could you come and help me make the schedule? Could you come teach me what I'm doing wrong so that I can fix the problem? She told me she was going to come down that Tuesday. She never showed. Called and text, no answer. Cool, I posted the schedule. Got in trouble for it.
Why are you posting the schedule? You're supposed to wait on me to come down there to approve it.
Okay, cool. Next week, when are you going to call me, or when can we set up a call or a time for you to come down here to look over the schedule with me? You told me you was going to come that Wednesday. You didn't show. Thursday, you didn't show. Friday comes around, I'm posting my schedule because why is my schedule out after Wednesday? My team already know Tuesday, Wednesday to look for the schedule. Sometimes if I get started on it early, I might even post it on Monday. They know Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, my schedule coming out. I got people text me like, hey Bobby, what a schedule? Hey Bobby, what a schedule? Hey Bobby, what a schedule? Waiting on Donna. So I post the schedule Friday.
I just see that you posted your schedule. Why did you post your schedule? You did not get authorization to post your schedule. We haven't even went over the schedule. And I see that you're overscheduled by 25 hours.
Yeah, because I'm waiting on you to come down here. You don't answer your freaking phone. You don't answer text messages when I'm trying to figure out where you are. So don't blame me for it. So the following week I wait for her. You pop up on a Saturday talking about let's go over the schedule. Baby, the schedule already posted. Why are you posting the schedule? You're supposed to wait on me. Donna, I'm not going to sit here and wait till Saturday or Sunday night for you to get here for me to post my schedule. That is inconveniencing to my team. I said, I don't have time for that.
Well, we're going to have to take down this schedule because we're going to go ahead and do some cutting.
So it's Saturday evening, and you want me to take down the schedule that's been up since Tuesday. You want me to take down my schedule, redo the schedule, and inconvenience my team. I say you're inconveniencing my team.
I don't like the way you're talking to me right now. I don't appreciate it.
What did I say? Are you upset because you're the reason that my team is going to be inconvenienced because you don't know how to show up to your store or you don't know how to even make a simple phone call? And granted, and I know some people out there going to be like, well, she has 7 different stores. I get that, but simple communication is not hard. I don't care if you had 20 stores. There's still niggas out there that got 11 stores and 12 stores and communicate with each and every manager every single day. There's no excuse. Hey, Bobby, I won't be able to make it down today. I'll go in and look at she could pull the schedule up from her end and look at it down there. All she had to do was make notes or do whatever she had to do, communicate with me. That was my biggest thing with her. She never communicated. So let's fast forward to the last week of November. I said, based on what you see right now with the store, because keep in mind, sales had grown, customer service had gotten better, inventory was still a little iffy, and labor had gotten better tremendously. Because when I first took over the store, we were overusing maybe 600, 700 hours a month, and it got down to like 80 hours a month. Tell me that's not progress. Tell me that's not progress. To blow 600 hours and then turn around and blow 80 hours, you still don't want to blow 80 hours because it's still a lot, but it's a hell of a lot better than 600 and some, ain't it? I asked her, I said, based on what you see right now, do you think that I have what it takes to be the GM in January? This woman told me through text message.
It is my sole mission to make you a GM. It's my sole mission to make you a GM. It's my sole mission to grow you up under me. You will be a GM grown by me.
I texted her back and I said, wow. I said, I'm excited now. She said, I am too. Now this is where it get real. This is where it get real. 2 weeks later, it was 3 weeks later, because it was the week of Christmas. 2-3 days before Christmas, I'm out sick. I get a phone call from one of my employees, and they're just like, hey, Bobby, did you hear about the new GM that's coming? What do you mean the new GM that's coming? Oh yeah, they say it's a new GM training at another store to come down here and run this store. Instantly, I'm pissed. Because what do you mean there's a new GM coming down here to run this store? I thought I was going to be the GM. Like, I had already told my family, my friends, like, I had posted it on social media. Like, I was excited. Because I'm just like, wow, I'm 24. And even she said to herself,
like, yeah, I'm proud of you because, like, there's not a lot of people at your age doing what you're doing. You're a 24-year-old running a multi-million-dollar business.
And I'm just like, I'm excited because I'm just like, wow, I feel like I've accomplished something in my life. Pause. Let's go ahead and remember, I dropped out of college for this job. Because there was no way I can go to school full-time for education and be a full-time manager as well, working 50 plus hours a week. I dropped out of school for this. I moved into a new apartment just so I can have an office for this. I changed my whole life. I stopped posting on social media, which is something I love to do. I put my whole life on pause and made drastic changes in my life for this position. So I text her and I'm just like, please tell me that it's not true that there's another GM coming down to my store. This was at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. No text back. I'm full of anxiety right now. I'm stressed out. I'm irritated. I'm on the verge of tears because I'm just like, I know this lady didn't just tell me 2.5 weeks ago that I'm finna be a GM and she bringing somebody down here. I'm like, okay, maybe these people don't know what they're talking about. I call her. She does not answer. At this time, I was sick. She was at the store, the other store in my city, because by this time, the other store had opened up. She was at the other store in my city. I could not go over there because I was sick. And Chipotle has a zero tolerance policy for working while you're sick. I could not go inside the building. So I'm over here stressing, like literally my anxiety, because I struggle with really bad anxiety. My anxiety is through the roof, right? I'm over here stressed out, irritated, because I'm just like, what did I do wrong? How could this have happened? I thought I was doing a good job. She just told me I was going to be the GM. I'm like, okay, let me think positively about this. Maybe this is not so. Like, maybe there was a misunderstanding. So she finally texted me back and she was like, I'm not finna talk to you about this through text message. I'll call you when I leave and I'm on my way home. I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine. She waits till about 10 o'clock at night to call me. And of course, I'm like, literally think about it, from 12 o'clock until when she called me a little after 10, I'm anxious all day long. I'm stressed, I'm irritated because I don't know. And I know for some people that may be like, Bobby, it's not that big of a deal. When you have put your life and your heart into something and you have worked at it with all you have, it is a big deal. I literally put my whole life on hold, and no, nobody told me to do that, but I was excited. I was passionate about this job. I cared so much about this job. I cared about this job so much. I worked my ass off for this. I was working, at one point I was working 22 days in a row, no off day, 12, 13, 14 hour shifts every day. There was 2 weeks straight that I worked and I did not work anything less than 12-hour days. And to some it may sound like I'm complaining, but I'm just letting y'all know this is how much passion that I had for this job. She calls me and she tries to make it sound so sweet and she tries to make it sound so innocent.
Oh, I'm just sending in some extra support. I'm sending in some help because honestly, I just don't think that you're ready yet. You complain too much. I just don't feel like you're straight enough. You're a pushover.
I'm not a pushover just because I'm a nice boss. There's nothing wrong with being a nice boss. And I'm so tired of the corporate world thinking that you have to be an asshole to your employees to be considered a good boss, because that's how she is. Her attitude is so bad that whenever she would make a visit to the store, if they knew she was coming, they would get irritated, like physically angry, because they knew she was coming. That's how bad she was. Her attitude was terrible. And so I'm literally sitting here discouraged because I'm just like, why I say you lied to me?
She was like, I didn't lie to you. I'm still going to grow you into a GM. It just won't be right now.
But you just told me a couple weeks ago that I was going to be the GM of this store. So fast forward a couple weeks. Staffing in December, staffing got really bad. People were quitting. People were getting fired. People were walking. It was bad. So one day, it's like 3 people in the store. Store policy says you're not allowed to run a full store, like with the lobby open and all, with 3 people. I'm calling her. She will not answer her phone. So I make the executive decision as the boss to close the lobby. And Day shift had left so much stuff undone. They did it intentionally because everybody wanted to prove a point to me. Everybody left a hot ass mess in the store, so I closed the store down completely so we can clean up and get ready to go. She texted me 3.5 hours later telling me,
Oh, you didn't have prior authorization to close the store. You don't just get to choose when you close the store.
So I called her. She and I got into a very heated argument. Very, very heated argument. Curse words were exchanged, so on and so forth. So I walked out. I told my team, get y'all stuff, let's go. We left the food, we left the dishes, we left everything, and we walked. I left my key in the store, and that was that. So she called me, and she was like,
I really need you to come back to the store to talk to me.
I get there, and she was like,
I think you're making a bad decision.
And like I told her, I don't want to quit my job. I love my job at Chipotle. I make very good money with my job at Chipotle. I was able to buy an apartment, and I can pay all of my bills working at Chipotle. I'm doing good. I love the people that I work with. I don't want to leave. I said, but you do not support me. You always on my back. You don't care about anybody's feelings because you straight up told me that you don't have emotions. I said, there's no support. I said, I've been asking you for training back and forth, and you refuse to give me training, but then you punish me by bringing a new GM to run the store that I've been running for months because I'm not properly trained. I said, whose fault is that? That's your fault I'm not properly trained because I've been asking you for training. And we stood out there and we talked for like 3.5 hours. So really after that, she made all these promises about how she was going to send one of the other GMs down to help me, and she was going to work with me to become a GM, and she was going to be making sure she made visits. She didn't do anything she said. After we had that conversation, I did not hear from her unless it was for her to call me and berate me and tell me how terrible of a person I was. That's the kind of attitude I got from her. She constantly told me how I was a bad manager and how I should do a better job running my unit. So I told her, I said, you know what? Find somebody else to do it. Because one day I opened that store. My day shift didn't show up. I went in there and opened that store by myself. Was in the store by myself, which is a safety violation. She's at the other store across town, 10 minutes away from me. She knew I was in there by myself. She knew I was struggling. And she did not even try to come help me. So I drafted up my resignation letter, which was a 4-week notice. I took it to her at the other store. I said, this is my notice. I said, because I cannot deal with your lack of communication. I cannot deal with your lack of support. And I cannot continue dealing with you being a bully. I say, you're harassing me.
I'm not harassing you. I'm your boss. If you can't take it, you just need to get over it.
I said, no, you're not going to keep talking to me and disrespecting me like that. I said, I'm not your child. So the new GM gets there, and I made a promise to myself, I am not going to give this GM any hate. I am not going to be rude to this GM. I'm going to treat this GM with the utmost respect because I know how it feels to come in management and people hate you because of your position. So I made sure that I treated this GM with the utmost respect. But neither one, the GM or the field leader, neither one of them knew how to respect boundaries. Y'all calling my phone, and if I don't answer, if I say I can't talk right now, y'all just like, no, you're going to answer the phone. Or my very last day, what made me actually quit, I had a lot of plans that I had to get done. I had a lot of stuff I needed to do that day. My GM got sick, the closing manager was sick, and they was just like, Bobby, I need you to close. And I'm like, I cannot close tonight. I have plans, I have stuff I have to do. GM's like, I understand that, but I really, really need you to close because I don't have anybody else to close the store. I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do. Field leader, Donna texts me, hey, I need you to close the store tonight. I'm like, I'm trying to see if I can get there.
No, you're not seeing if you can get there. This is your store. You're going to go in and close.
I'm like, okay, malicious compliance. So I look at the schedule. I go in, close the store early, left my keys on the desk, and I walked out. So basically, the super short version of all of this is my boss was an asshole who was not supportive, who was very manipulative, emotionally manipulative. She was not supportive. She did not train me. She did not keep her promises, and she lied to me. And for you to bring in somebody, you use me as a placeholder to run a restaurant. I make the results. I get the results just for you to bring in somebody else to do it. That pissed me off to the point where I lost all respect for her. So yeah, that's the story of why I left Chipotle, because I got to the point where my mental health was rapidly declining, and I literally cried some days knowing that I had to go to work because I was that depressed. I was literally slipping into a depression. And since I have quit, I have had several jobs call me and offer me interviews. and I feel much happier now. So yeah, that was my story about why I quit Chipotle. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them down in the comment section as well. If you want to know some more tea or hear some more stories about what happened at Chipotle, you can also leave those down in the comments as well. And I appreciate you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk. If you like these story time videos, also let me know. I'll do more of these. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.